Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a video covering the special event mode, the Ice Queen's Curse. If you do like the video, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe down below, as it really does help out the channel. And yes, the Ice Queen's Curse. It is a special event mode that is going off for Winterfest currently. It's replaced the Toy Tank mode. It is where you can take out the toy tanks you've already bought from the store, or the ones you've just originally got from the Toy Tank or the Glitter Bomb. Go fight through the Ice Queen's minions, and then get to face the Yetis at the end of it. So this is it, Commander. The moment you've been training for in Toy Tanks on the Happy Holidays Reloaded map. The Ice Queen is beginning her wintry assault. If she succeeds, the entire world will be under her frosty control. Even Santa's workshop. It's up to you to stem the frozen tides, push back against her forces, and help Santa save the holidays. Unload the holiday cheer you've got in the first of the two special PvE event battle modes in the Ice Queen's Lament, the Ice Queen's Curse. So to join the battles, all you got to do is pick it from the select mode screen. So the ones you pick, the Cold War, World War II, training, custom games, or the Ice Queen's Curse, you pick it from there, and you can go take out one of your toy tanks into the battle. You can also get to it from the Winterfest store tab. And for the Ice Queen's Curse, you'll be doing battle in the toy tanks, like I say. If you don't own one of the 4 new toy tanks that you can get for snowballs from the store, you can play in the original toy tank, TM, and Glitter Bomb. So they're the 2 tanks that you get for free. You can play in both of those. The Glitter Bomb is quite good for this mode, because you one-shot a lot of the minions that you'll face, unless you get the little ice minions. But it is very slow, which can also be a downside to playing that vehicle. But you can have a lot of fun with all the toys in this mode, and any of the 4 new ones as well. You'll have a series of steps to follow in order to claim victory. Head to the frozen town across the river from your starting point. Watch out for the Queen's minions. Remove ice from the town's frozen fuse boxes. And then you've got to stand near the town's trees, in other words, capture the bases, to relight them and ignite the holiday spirit. Head to the hills to hunt down the Ice Queen's Yetis and take them out. Now, you really have to play the objectives to win this game. And I know that sounds silly, but the one thing you've got to do, especially in the first section, and we'll see that when we get to the replay showing it off, is you have to try and cap the bases and make sure you're focusing on capping the bases as opposed to just running around killing everything, because the moment you start just focusing on killing everything, you won't win this mode. Respawns will be enabled, so all is not lost if you fall to the Ice Queen forces, and if you see the snowmen on the map, plough into them. We can neither confirm nor deny that they are spies for the Queen, but we can tell you that they'll give you a bonus or a power-up when you do. So if you hit a snowman, there's lots of snowmans dotted about the map on this mode, and if you hit one, you'll either get health back or you'll get snowballs. So make sure that if you see a snowman, you go and hit it. Commander XP earnings will be boosted in the Ice Queen's Curse, and commanders placed in the toy tank will be sent back to your recruitment tab when Winterfest ends. However, Commander XP boosters cannot be applied in this mode. And don't forget, the Cocoa is a new consumable. It is event-only consumable that you can load onto your toy tanks. Its active effect will free you from any deep freeze from the Ice Queen's army cast on you. It will also offer the following passive effects: 10% crew XP bonus and a 10% crew performance bonus. And you get a minus 15% freeze time as well, so you're not frozen for quite as long. For those of you making the way through Frostbite season while Winterfest is alive, relighting both of the town's trees will come with a reward. So basically, capping both bases will mean that you get 1 point for the Frostbite season, so it will help you progress through your season pass a bit quicker. And that's not all. Lifting the Ice Queen's Curse from the town is a monumental task. So Santa has decided that all the tank commanders who work together to achieve it should receive lots of gifts. Earn points with the community to get rewards in the Ice Queen's Curse Community Challenge. So here are the goals you complete to earn points. So, minions destroyed. Destroy one of the Ice Queen's minions that block your path to stop her destruction. That will grant a challenge point. And Yeti destroyed, so killing a Yeti, will grant you 2 challenge points. And that adds to the big points total that is going off for the community challenge. Note, you will need to earn at least 25 points yourself to get on Santa's nice list and qualify for the rewards for the community op. So you must go in there and get yourselves the 25 points from this PvE mode to make sure that when the community op finishes, you will get yourself the rewards. you'll be able to keep track of the community's total points on the game mode select screen as well. All right, final part of the briefing before you head out on the wintry battlefield and make things merry and bright. Here are all the community challenges rewards. So for the Queen's Curse 1, for 1 million community points, you'll get ginger dead men. Lol, okay. For the Queen's Curse 2, for 2 million points when the community hits it, you'll get 2,500 snowballs with a snowman garage gear. For the Queen's Curse 3, for 3 million community points, we'll get ourselves a Xmas Cat Tangle camo set. So 2 sets of camos for a tank, essentially. Queen's Curse 4, for 4.5 million community points, we'll get 5,000 snowballs, which will give us the garage gear toy trolley. For Queen's Curse 5, for 6.5 million points with the community, we'll get our Santa Claus 2D standard commander. For Queen's Curse 6, for 10 million snowballs, we'll get that in the end. We'll get there in the end. 10 million points, yeah, not snowballs. You'll get 7,000 snowballs for getting 10 million points in the community section. Brain farted quite hard there. But we got there in the end. So for 10 million points, you'll get yourself 7,000 snowballs and some sets of camo for the thin ice camo as well. So in total, as you can see, you're getting 7,000 snowballs. You're getting 12,000 snowballs, 14.5k snowballs from this community challenge. And make sure that you get yourselves to 25 points so that you can be able to earn these snowballs. So yeah, that's the Ice Queen's Curse. That's what you have to do for it. What I'm going to do now is show you the bits and bobs in game so that you can see how it plays through. Give you a little tips and hints as to how to manage to maximize your ability to win this mode, because it can be quite difficult at times. And then you'll just get to see how it runs in general. So as well as everybody else, see you in the replay. So here we are in the replay with the Yellow Rider in the Ice Queen's Curse. Taking the Yellow Rider because it's my favourite one of the toy tanks to play. It's a lot of fun because you just run around, go and do fun things like that, smashing into the Frostbite Knight there with the boost function. If you want, remember, if you want to boost with these toy tanks, you press in the button that is usually your handbrake mechanic. Because if you press that in, that will give you the speed boost, and that's how you jump about and speed and stuff like that. And obviously, for me, that's my left stick, as it is handbrake click. But for everybody, it will be different. So yeah, what you want to be doing in this mode is try and cap A first, because it is far easier to cap A and then cap B than it is to cap B and cap A. It just seems to be that they spawn quite aggressively in some serious locations when you cap B first, and then A becomes a real slog to be able to cap. So as you can see, what we're doing here is we are going after the ice that is around the fuse boxes for the Christmas trees. We've already got rid of that one that's on the Abbey. We get rid of that one there, and now A is available to cap, because that's what you have to do. You have to get rid of the ice on the fuse boxes, and once you've done that, it pops up on the map. It pops up in the primary objective, go light tree A, which is basically just capping. And it takes a fair bit to be able to cap, because you really do need your team to help you with it, because if you go and try and do it by yourself, number one, it'll take you far too long. Number two, you'll get overwhelmed pretty damn quickly. And as you saw, you do have redeployments or respawns in this mode. So if you do get destroyed, don't worry about it. And if you want to muck about as well, and you see you're on low health and you go, you know what, I just want to go, I'm going to ram that bot. Yeah, you can do that as well. It can work out. So we are actually going to start capping B. Our team is capping B, and that's because obviously our teammates have also got rid of the ice around the fuse boxes that are stopping us from capping B in the first place. So we may as well just go cap it. If our team's doing that, there's no point us going off to A by ourselves and trying to cap it that way. So we're going to come and help. This is why I like Yellow Rider for this mode. And again, everybody's going to be different. People will enjoy the different tanks with the different abilities. I like Yellow Rider just for how fast it eviscerates the ice minions and how fast it eviscerates the other bots as well. It just absolutely trashes them super damn quick. And it's very, very nice for that. So we're just going to try and cap out with our team on B, and then from the moment we've capped B, we'll try and rush our way to A. But as you can see, you've got to try and keep yourself covered like we're doing here. There's no point taking the risk of poking out and taking a hit from the opposition, because the moment you start taking the hit, naturally the cap timer keeps getting reset the longer you have to keep sitting on these bases, and it can be a bit painful. And one of the things that we had with A, which was a bit annoying at times, was the fact that we're getting it down to like 1, nearly 0, and then people were getting hit, and then we had to keep sitting there waiting for it to cap again. And the resets can be pretty frustrating sometimes. But there we go, we've capped B. And one thing that you've seen us do as well, like I say, with the snowmen, if you do see a snowman, and obviously I don't have much hit points left, go run over the snowman. So that snowman we just passed on our right, we should have probably gone and run it over, because that way you'll get some snowballs from it, but you'll also get your HP back from just running it over, and then you'll be ready to go. But our team's starting to get into the position to be able to cap A. We've got 3 in the cap now, and there's nearly, what, 30 seconds to go? So we just basically got to try and distract. Try and get rid of anything that could try and reset us, as that's the best thing to do. I decided, instead of staying on the cap with my friends here, we may as well go and get rid of the minions that are currently trying to reset the guys already in the cap. Because at that point, we're stopping anything that could also reset us, because the longer you leave the minions alive outside the cap, the more that you're going to get surrounded from all sides. Now you're seeing the little hidey hole that I've got here in the A cap. This little hidey hole can be quite good for hiding and staying in a position where the bots will not shoot you. Now they will shoot you, naturally, if you're one of the only targets left, but if your team run distraction, this is a good way of keeping all the cap points for yourself on your tank, and that way, again, you can try and cap it out. So I'm just waiting on the reload, hopefully get rid of the T7 cars and the Frostbite Knight before they even decide to try and put some shots in. There's 8 seconds left, and this is where, I say, you've got to have teamwork with this, and it's a bit difficult at times because, you know, sometimes random teamwork with randoms doesn't happen all that often. So that's where you've got to have the teamwork, hope that your team distracts, is a bit of a meat shield at points, and you've got to realise that if you get reset and there's 5 people in the cap, you may as well not just sit there trying to hide and cap yourself. You may as well decide, okay, I've been reset, I need to go and get rid of the bots that are trying to also shoot and reset my friends, and that way you can be the meat shield, because one of the key ways of being able to cap is getting those meat shields in play and protecting the people that we're also capping. So we're on to the last stage of this game mode, and that is that we have to go and kill the Yetis. Now I decided to just go after the bots that were in the bottom half here of the map where I was already playing, because I was already low health, and I thought, you know what, I may as well kill them and respawn. And obviously the more that you kill, the more that you do damage as well. It's a balancing act, really, because the more you kill, the more you damage, the more Commander XP you're going to end up getting from this game. And I'm not running the Hot Cocoa in this replay, which I should have been, because that will give us a 10% extra crew XP as well. But yeah, the more you damage, the more you kill, the more Commander XP you're going to get. So this game mode is truly a balance of killing and damaging as much as you can, while also not failing the objective, because you have to pay attention to the objective in multiple ways as well. So we've come across the first Yeti here, and that is Freddy the Yeti. And Freddy, we put some shots into... Oh my lord, my driving is wonderful. Yeah, Freddy, which is a Yeti, they are Kampfpanzers with the Yeti skin, naturally. And the one thing you need to do is, if you're in something even like... Well, most of the toy tanks, to be fair, if you get the front of a Yeti, you're not going to pen it. So what you want to be doing is trying to get around the rear of the Yeti and also shooting the tracks. Because that's the weak spot for the Yeti, is if you shoot the tracks below the spaced armor on the side, you will pen it there as well. And that's the one thing I like about Yellow Rider, is just how fast the damage racks up. But it's also not that good against the Yeti, because it takes a lot of hits to be able to dish out that damage and consistently get all the damage into the Yeti. This is where the different toy tanks are better for different sections, because old Sparky, for example, is really good against a Yeti, because it doesn't have to pen it. It can just launch the sparks at it, and it will just tick away at the damage. The Glitter Bomb doesn't have to pen it either with the baubles. It can just do what you've just seen there, where it launches the baubles and it splashes them for 200-300, so it's doing a good amount of damage with every bauble that hits the Yeti. You've got Nerf Destroyer, obviously has the penetration, but also has the damage, so it will do significant damage with one hit. And then you can stay away from the Yeti's cannon and stay alive and keep the damage rolling and get the objective complete. And then you're talking about something like the Mega Blaster, that does exactly the same. The toy tank, the standard toy tank, is okay for this mode, but it can be a bit of a struggle at times when you get to the Yetis, because you don't quite do the damage quick enough or consistently enough, really, to go through them. But I love Yellow Rider for just running around and being a lunatic for stuff like this. And this is where the Hot Cocoa would be good, because if I had Hot Cocoa as a consumable, as soon as I get frozen by the Frosted Minion, which is the Frostbite Knights freeze you as soon as they hit you, exactly right like that. If I had Hot Cocoa, I could activate it and instantly I would not be frozen anymore and I could carry on with my game. So I'm trying to get rid of Pedro here, because get out of the game, Pedro! Get out of it! Pedro's out. There's only 2 Yetis left. We really need to go and get them, because as you can see, there's one at the central point at D3 that is already dead. There's usually one that spawns down at A6 and one that spawns at F1. So again, at this point, I was low health, so I was just trying to pick up more damage and more kills on the bots so that, again, I could up my crew XP bonus if I could. But we get destroyed. And obviously, the further you progress in this mode, the closer you spawn to the objectives. So naturally, when you first start the mode, you spawn down at K0, and then you get to the town. If you don't finally get the caps unlocked, you'll still keep spawning up at JK9. But the moment you get the caps unlocked, you start spawning outside the town at G7, so obviously you can get closer to the action and don't have to keep driving back. And then once you've capped the town, you spawn just outside the gates to the ice castle, and you can keep coming in to attack the Yetis. And you just basically want to keep trying to get rid of all the bots that are really frustrating to play against. Like, these Frostbite Knights can be really frustrating because they keep freezing you in place and it locks down your progress in this mode, which can be really annoying. Which, again, is where the Hot Cocoa can come in handy, because if you run the Hot Cocoa, you can stop yourself getting frozen, and then it gives you, I think it's about 15 seconds, something like that, where you then can't be frozen again by them. So I'm going to... Again, I'm just coming in, running in, get me kills, get me damage, again, getting the Commander XP, because it's a balance. There's 4 minutes left. We don't truly have to worry about the last Yeti yet. There's only 1 Yeti left, but the moment our team starts to coordinate and attack that Yeti, it'll be gone. Because the Yetis, realistically, are very dangerous when you fight against them, because they will hit you for a lot of damage, and you've got to be careful of the Yeti yeet. They do like a good Yeti yeet, and that is that if you get in front of them, they will ram you. And my lord, you go flying. Trust me, you go really far. And it's not a good time. So avoid, look, when they get like that, you can see it start boosting. Stay away from that boost. It's not going to go well when it hits you. So yeah, the moment you get against the Yeti, if you coordinate as a team, you end up with 7 against the Yeti trying to kill the Yeti. Naturally, the Yeti's going to die pretty quick because it can only focus on 1 target at a time. And if someone's doing Ring Around the Roses with it, which the Yellow Rider is good for, because the Yellow Rider is a fast mobile tank of the toys, which means that it can actually keep away from the Yeti quite easily. If that runs distraction and keeps it distracted, all the other tanks that are better at damaging it, stuff like old Sparky, for example, can get rid of it. But yeah, that's the Ice Queen's Curse. That's what you have to do for this game mode. Remember to cap A first, because it's a little bit better to do it that way, and then cap B, because there's a bit more cover. Try maximizing damage and kills to get the most crew XP you can, but not at the expense of the objective. So as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.
A great success!